O jwetse.
Eng?
Mo jwetse gore ke wena o peng camera. Ke wena o postileng.
Ka o tsaka ise bete sa go bona o ka jana.
Nana motho no siana. Ke maikutlo a go godisa.
Police.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of The Wife Season 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Episode 16 picks up right where last week left off. Literally in the plane with Kawe and NALEDI doing the deed. As soon as they touch down, the footage from the plane goes viral. All their loved ones from Rustenburg to KZN seeing it. I have to say, TD wasted no time. Hlomo would then call Kawe to find out what was going on. And after finding out that they were the talk of social media, Kawe tried to hide it from NALEDI. NALEDI would eventually get on social media and find out that she's infamous. She would accuse Kawe of releasing the footage, and shortly after, her father would call demanding that she pack her things and return home. Meanwhile, the Zulu brothers have followed through with the diamond scam they started last week, with everything going as planned. Basically, they sold the diamonds to the mark, staged an arrest, and got an extra 300,000 to release them from custody. The episode ends back at NALEDI's house, and Kawe is there for some reason, as NALEDI's father, the chief, arrived at her place. Episode 17 picks up with the chief trying to convince NALEDI to return to Rustenburg with him. NALEDI resists, stating that she still has to fulfill her duties at work, but suggests that NALEDI requests a transfer to Rustenburg as soon as possible. The chief later meets with NALEDI's sister before leaving Joburg and asks her to convince NALEDI to move back home. Tsidi visits NALEDI, but does the opposite of what her father asks, as she encourages NALEDI to stay in Joburg. Meanwhile, back at the Zulu home, with the help of Hlomo, Kawe puts 2 and 2 together and finally realizes that Tsidi is responsible for the video's release. Kawe arrives at NALEDI's house while Tsidi is there and accuses her of releasing the videos, which she denies with full support from NALEDI, who kicks Kawe out. Meanwhile, at the police station, a colleague of Detective Baloyi arrives to report that she saw the Zulu brothers impersonating police officers. Back at the Zulu home, the Zulu brothers and their diamond scam friends agree that they will attempt 3 heists per week, with one already lined up. Later, at NALEDI's place of work, Tsietsi further convinces NALEDI that Kawe was responsible for the video getting out. The episode ends with NALEDI arriving in Rustenburg with an apology for her father. Episode 18 picks up with a sequence of the Zulu brothers continuing their diamond scam. Meanwhile, back at the police station, there has been an increase of diamond scam cases, and Inspector Baloyi puts 2 and 2 together and organizes a stakeout for the Zulu brothers. Back in Rustenburg, the chief's excitement is short-lived when NALEDI informs him that she only came back to apologize and will be returning to Joburg shortly. NALEDI arrives at work, where it appears Tsietsi has spies posted. She finds roses from Kawe in the reception, and the man himself arrives to see his woman. Unfortunately, this moment did not last when their faces are revealed to social media by Tsidi. NALEDI leaves Kawe, blaming him for all the bad things that have happened to her since he came into her life. She arrives in Rustenburg and informs her father that she intends to request a transfer like he suggested. Meanwhile, the Zulu brothers, not knowing that Detective Baloyi has set up a stakeout for them, continue to plot another diamond scam, but set their sights on a more dangerous target, a white drug dealer. Koli Mkoki and their scammer friend arrive at the drug dealer's house, but things do not go as planned. Sambulo and Mcele go in to help, but the episode ends with a shootout that leads to Mkoki being captured. I like how this week switched up. The sex tape storyline escalated really quickly, but how long can Tsidi keep this up, and what's her aim? At first she was helping Kawe and now she's working against him, which doesn't make any sense, cause it's in her best interest that NALEDI stays with Kawe and doesn't return home to claim the throne. I'm looking forward to what's in store for us next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR, for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.